the regular kind of digital signing market that you've been in and where you're taking it?
Absolutely, John. We're super excited about the DocuSign Agreement Cloud, as you indicated. We realize that our customers have said e-signature is a fantastic foundation for their business, but they have a broader set of needs around the way they not only sign agreements, but the way they prepare them and the way they manage them after they've been signed. So we've built out a broader suite of products, and that's what we're bringing to market today.
This is similar, strikes me as similar to what we heard from Slack just a day ago, and how they're using certain channels to allow people not just within an organization to collaborate, but outside of organizations. How do you expect this move for more intercompany collaboration to affect this cloud era?
Well, I think it's key. The connectedness you're talking about that Slack's sort of seeing and pushing for is very similar to what we see as well. Companies want to be, in our terminology, more agreeable. So those are the communications they want to have within their companies or their back office functions that they've tried to digitally transform, but also for the front office. You know, they really want to have a customer experience that is what the customers expect, that they'll be easy to do business with. And we see that the Slack moves are very similar to what we're seeing in the Agreement Cloud.
Dan, it's amazing to me how much e-signature is still a largely untapped market. Where you see the greatest opportunities when it comes to industries, sectors right now, the most adoption that hasn't taken place yet?
Yeah, so I think we're super excited about the core e-signature business, and why we talk about the Agreement Cloud is we think that's the broader opportunity to really make this one of the most significant cloud opportunities. But we don't in any way want to move away from the excitement we have over the core signature business. It's sort of what brought us to the dance, right? And if you think about the roughly $1 billion of revenue that we will deliver this year, the bulk of it will still come from e-signature. The growth opportunities are very broad. We like to talk about the fact that DocuSign is unusual. We serve from the smallest business to the largest enterprise, and across all verticals. We are excited to talk about federal. We had our first $1 million ACV deal that we just announced in the quarter. And so it's not just that segment. It really is very broad. We think financial services will continue to be a driver for us. As I mentioned, federal will be excited. I think you're going to see us continue to expand internationally, domestically. It really is a broad-based opportunity.
I'm curious about what the competitive landscape looks like, Dan. Who are your main competitors, and how are you staying ahead of them on innovation and things like discount pricing?
Well, if you think about the overall TAM, e-signature we've talked about a $25 billion market. And as you think about the broader Agreement Cloud, we think that gets into a magnitude of many billions more, maybe doubling the overall opportunity. And when you think about the competitive set, it's so early, right? We're only about, we think of it in the 4 or 5% penetrated in the core signature business and less on the broader one. So when we actually talk about competition, we talk about paper and manual processes. But this business is so early days. We're in the early innings, and we believe that our biggest competition really is paper and manual processes. And as we like to say, it's a great competitive set to have because they don't fight back very hard. It's just a matter of time before we're really going to be able to replace and modernize those systems.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that Adobe had the digital document, that whole stream all tied up. Clearly, that's not the case. I wonder, from the mega-scale cloud platform perspective, whether you're talking Amazon, Microsoft, Google, is any one of them better tuning their platforms for the market that you're trying to grow, or are they all the same?
Well, I think when you think about the infrastructure side, it's a huge part of where the cloud is going, and we've been much more focused on the application and thinking about that end user value. But on the infrastructure side, I think it's a hugely competitive space, and it used to be looking like a two-horse race. You know, we don't think about Microsoft and Amazon, but now looking at some of the other players, what Google's doing, I think you're going to see more and more competition in that space. But I don't think it's going to be necessarily bad for those players because it's a really large expanding market. On the application side, we think this kind of new cloud opportunity that we see in Agreement Cloud is going to be the next big cloud, because we think, going back to your connectivity point, John, this is about bringing multiple clouds together. So we work strongly with ERP, strongly with CRM. We're actually finding opportunities increasingly every day to make the other cloud investments that people are making more valuable for them by bringing them together in what connects them, which is the agreements those companies do.